To him that despite suffering from viral, he came today. In the morning, he sent me a message, ki, sir, I am not well. Then I responded him back that if you are not well, you have to jump in the well of Vigyan Bhavan. And he jumped. Usha Uthup ji is from our childhood. We have seen the Hindi raps, pop, whatever you say. And from those days, she was full with energy. She is still full with the energy. And madam, you have sang for 54 years, and we pray that you sing another 54 years. The persons belonging to organization Public Police, they are here. They are doing wonderful job in the leadership of Honorable Justice Balakrishnan ji, who former CJI. They are working really hard to connect the issues of the public in general in relation to police department. So many influencers are there. You all are creating a kind of environment in which the regular media, which fails to perform, you all are performing. I have seen many of you that you all have such a great following. I think millions, many of you have millions, and those followings and those followers, they now started trusting and believing in you all in comparison to mainstream media. And that's why on the last occasion I had said that this mainstream media has been replaced by brainstream media. Many of you, when you say something, the citizens have more trust and faith in you, because they know that your credibility is also involved into it. Whenever you say something, whenever you record something or post it, you are not only giving your best, but also you are trying to do the service of the nation where mainstream media is lacking. And your following shows that there is a space, there is a place for the such content which has to be created. I have been a student of law, and many of you and we all, including Honorable Justice Ramanna, we will remain in our life as a student of law. Any law which has been brought is brought for the betterment of the society. If society does not demand the law, it cannot serve. You see, there were so many laws which were not accepted by the society. Despite the enactment, it could not serve. So awareness is also required. And all these young minds, I request, and I know that you all are going to contribute, in which you all are going to give a message to the society that what kind of law is required, where our fundamental rights are protected, where our wisdom that how to be ruled is to be shown to the rulers. Because despite the form of democracy, ultimately the person who is occupying the chair is ruling the country. I am really thankful to each and everyone who is present here, and I am thankful to Rashri ji for giving me this opportunity year by year. About Usha Uthup ji, I don't need to say anything, but Birk Saab is here, yes. He is here, Mr. Birk is here, who is from Australia. Though he always keeps Indian national flag on his heart, even in Australia, and he is doing wonders there. Whenever a leader or any ambassador, anybody visits from Australia to India, he is accompanied by Mr. Birk. Mr. Birk is some kind of wonderful, energetic person. He can fit into any environment. If we talk about, in the words of vegetable, he is potato of India. He can fit in any vegetable. I am thankful to the team members of Honorable Justice Ramanna, Sanskriti, and dear brother, you all are here. It's really very nice to see you all working very hard to make Honorable Justice Ramanna's life and stream comfortable. It's not easy. Once you occupy the highest chair, thereafter keeping the cool, thereafter power not coming into your head is not an easy thing. Persons who get even little bit, they start jumping like a frog. But despite occupying such an important chair, sir, you never lose your temper. Even on some unpleasant issues, on unreasonable issues, you dealt with the matter in a way that each one of us who were present there, we became fond of you. I tell all of you that if you do not know that what kind of person Honorable Justice Ramanna is, I will tell you, describe you in one words, that each time you meet him, you will develop a respect more and more for him. Because he will have some different idea. You think that he is a man who is belong to a agrarian community, he has been a farmer. Later you will realize that he understands business very well. And that is those competence is shown while he appointed almost 60 members in the tribunal. I have been told to speak a bit longer because Honorable Gadkari Sahab is about to come. When he comes, then we can narrate about him, but this entire team is here. And I think that I should be thanking each one of you for attending this program and coming on our invitation. But this invitation is not only an invite which is given for a program. This is always extended from the bottom of our heart, and we always welcome the criticism, the advice, the suggestions, so that we can improve year by year. Thank you so much, sir, for coming here and gracing the occasion. Thank you everyone for coming here and obliging us. Anyway, you all are part of our family, so you can accept the thanks or you can thank me in return, but this is a program in which we all are participating, we all are working together, and the vision is that we are going to do something good for the country. Thank you very much for this occasion.
Thank you, Pradeep ji, for your welcome speech. And yes, you spoke about power not getting into Justice Ramanna's head. ये एक बहुत बड़ा example है हमारे सारे internet sensations के लिए भी, क्योंकि 1 million, 2 million, 5 million ये numbers नहीं है, ये power है. और इस power के साथ, it's not just a dialogue. It should be a way of life. With great power comes great responsibility. तो I hope आप इस जिम्मेदारी का निर्वहन बहुत अच्छे से करेंगे. अब मैं बुलाना चाहूँगा Justice N.V. Ramanna ji ko, former Chief Justice of India, to please enlighten us with your words, sir.
Good afternoon to everyone. And the Swadesh Conclave 2024, organized by the Balaji Foundation, India Legal and APN News Service. I'm very happy to attend this conclave. Mr. Rajiv Juneja, Chairman of the Mankind Pharma Company, Usha ji, Pradeep Rai ji, Rajeshwari ji, and my friend Mr. Jagdeep Singh Vick, who is a representative of India in Australia and a representative of Australia in India. Both places, just now Mr. Rai described him as a potato and other senior advocates, business people, law students, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really honored to be here today to attend this 5th Brand Bharat Conclave. In fact, the Honorable Minister Gadkariji has to come and inaugurate this session because of some parliament, some work bill is going on. He's unable to come. I think shortly he's going to come and address all of you. My role in this conclave is very limited that way. I was invited to talk about the Indian judiciary. Basically, the program which was meant to showcase or to inform how the country has progressed after 75 years of independence, how the image of Brand Bharat was created, and the importance of recognizing the stakeholders who contributed a lot for this image and to honor them. So it's a great thing. I appreciate the motto, or I appreciate the intent of organizing this. But what I want to say is, the type of programs is necessary. At the same time, it is the responsibility of us to introspect or self-criticize ourselves about the achievements made and to correct ourselves to achieve more things. That is the reason why, so far as the Indian legal system or judiciary is concerned, with my limited knowledge or experience, I want to tell about my experiences, and I want to make some suggestions. See, this, as a judge and a lawyer for more than 45 years, I want to give some reflections about this judicial system. In our history, it is clear that the idea of justice was deeply embedded in our civilization. We have seen so many kings, rulers, and the governments. Doing justice and delivering justice to the common man is part of the administration. This is the duty of the ruler to provide a justice to the person who seeks and who is in trouble. Therefore, it is the part and ingrained in the ethos and culture of the people in this country. In the face of injustice, the people have always risen and spoken. This is, we have seen in our freedom struggle and subsequently also. But during the independence time, we have seen a legal system which was framed by the rulers, colonial rulers at that point of time, which still we inherited and we are continuing to some extent. The legal system of that era was clearly designed, intended to suit the needs of the rulers at that point of time. And that system has a very limited purpose to serve the colonial people. We must remember the legal system is neither a tool nor a shield meant to be used by those who wield power. Since independence, successive governments have taken some efforts to streamline the judicial process and reduce the backlog of cases and delays. And they created special courts, tribunals, commercial courts, and tried to reduce the burden on the regular courts. And they made some laws also, and created National Legal Service Authority to do free legal aid to the deserving people, which is unique in India, nowhere in the world, where lakhs of people in this country was benefited by that free legal aid. When a person who cannot afford fees or to go to the court, a legal aid was provided. It's a great achievement. And it created legal awareness in the country, particularly. And they conducted Lok Adalats and created national level, state level legal source authorities to serve the people. More than this, the Indian judiciary has a special place in the Constitution and the history of the constitutional law. The independent judiciary holds a special position in our country. The constitutional courts have interpreted the Constitution and paved way, created very progressive legislations which is helping the people of this country. To the interpretation of the Constitution, the judiciary has sustained and reinforced the faith of the people in the judiciary, but has also kept our Constitution truly organic and relevant to the needs of changing times. But doing justice is not an easy responsibility. Judges at all levels are under extreme pressure of excessive work, and the state of existing infrastructure is not that favorable. I salute unending dedication of the judges towards fulfilling their constitutional oath. Now it is the problems which we are facing, with more than 5 crores cases pending across different forums. The most common feature of the Indian judiciary, which gets discussed everywhere, in the delay in dispensation of justice and the increasing stress on the system. The people of independent modern India are still struggling to get speedy and inexpensive justice. When we are raising as economic power, how can we retain the trust of the investors about getting their disputes resolved effectively? Unfortunately, even organizations like law commissions do not have any comprehensive data or study about the problems facing by the judiciary. Thankfully, several NGOs, private organizations has taken up the studies and doing commendable job and providing the necessary information and highlighting the long-standing issues to the notice of the public. I constantly emphasized during my tenure about the issues and the problems faced by the Indian judicial system. I repeatedly patronized the legal system being Indianized. That means increasing accessibility and molding the system to suit the needs of common man and creates faith in the judicial system. In other words, we need our system to be simpler, quicker, and affordable to all. We all know the reasons behind the increasing number of cases and escalation of delay in justice dispensation. Growing population, industrialization, high literacy rate, migration, increasing legal awareness, and legislations have led to the increase in number of disputes. However, the legislature and the executive did not support the judicial system in tackling and increasing and the burden created by the aforesaid problems. Just as it is the duty of the state to build roads, hospitals, and offices, it is the duty of the same state to provide number of courts and proper infrastructure to the judiciary also. Unfortunately, in the past, governments have treated the judicial system is an unproductive organ, whereas the bureaucracy thinks judiciary creates hurdles through constant scrutiny. Justice dispensation needs a radical revolution for the benefit of all stakeholders. I had proposed a multi-dimensional approach towards strengthening the judiciary. According to me, timely filling of the vacancies across all forums, increasing the number of judicial officers and judges. India has one of the world's lowest ratio of judges and population. with just 21 judges per million people. Another issue which needs to be highlighted is that our social and geographical dividend must find reflection in our judiciary as well. I have been a strong proponent of representation, as judges from distinct backgrounds bring in different practical realities into the decision making. There is agency which is looking into the people's expectation from the judicial system, and in turn the judiciary's expectation from the government to bridge the gap. It is pertinent to have independent funding and oversight of judicial infrastructure. I had proposed for the creation of National Judicial Infrastructure Authority with a special purpose vehicle and also state judicial infrastructure authorities in the lines of NALSA and SALSA. After all, the judiciary is best placed to understand its own needs. Prioritize modernization, digitization of court records, increasing IT access to all law enforcement agencies, be it courts, prisons, and other authorities or police stations. Revive the tribunals, filling up of the vacancies, infusing manpower and infrastructure, streamlining the functionings. Increasing focus on access to justice and legal literacy, ensuring the orders of the court get implemented and the rule of law prevails. Judgments should be easily comprehensible, definite, and should available in the language of the litigant. These are some of the steps which I am suggesting through this forum. During my tenure, even my sincere efforts, much could not be done due to the reason beyond my control and COVID. I am happy that the positive and progressive steps have been taken by the Indian Supreme Court in interpreting the laws as well as integrating the technology through video conferencing, live streaming, and strengthening the e-court system. Lastly, I would like to emphasize upon the significance of separation of powers and the independence of federal structures within our democracy. Even in the hierarchy of judicial system, there is no concept of inferior courts. Beginning from the judicial officers to the upper echelons of the Supreme Court, everyone has a space and boundary to function within. And this sacred place to perform one's constitutional function must be protected for absolute dispensation of justice. Our primary focus should be the common man's welfare. After all, the process of seeking justice should not become a punishment. We need all stakeholders to contribute to mission justice. Sustaining the judiciary of the world's largest democracy is an unparalleled challenge. Our judicial system is one of the most resilient of all. During COVID times, the courts were one of the fastest to adapt the needs of the changing times. The increase of number of cases is also a testament to our commitment to the justice delivery system. The judges, the judicial officers, lawyers, and the staff always carry the responsibility with utmost pride and diligence. It is faith and trust of the people which forms the core of all democratic institutions. And lastly, I congratulate APN News Balaji Foundation for organizing this conclave. The media is one of the strongest voices in democracy, therefore bears important responsibility in bringing out the truth in this era of sensitization and fastest finger fast. Professional journalists and ethical media are the real strength of the judiciary in particular and democracy in general. I applaud your constant efforts in supporting the cause of justice. With these words, I thank everyone for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Justice Ramana, for your wonderful speech, and especially for highlighting the challenges that the judiciary faces. Thank you very much, sir. May I request Justice Ramana to please give away the first award for the day to Shri Rajiv Juneja ji, MD, Vice Chairman, Mankind Pharma, और इन्हें हम सम्मानित कर रहे हैं स्वदेश सम्मान पुरस्कार और प्रशस्ति पत्र के साथ. जोरदार तालियां देवी और सज्जनों राजीव जुनेजा जी के लिए। हाँ जी, श्री राजीव जुनेजा जी ने अपने नेतृत्व और दूरदर्शिता से मैनकाइंड फार्मा को न केवल भारत में बल्कि वैश्विक स्तर पर एक प्रमुख फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनी के रूप में स्थापित किया है। उनके प्रयासों ने स्वास्थ्य सेवा को अधिक सुलभ, किफायती और प्रभावी बनाने में महत्वपूर्ण योगदान दिया है। श्री जुनेजा जी के नेतृत्व में मैनकाइंड फार्मा ने उच्च गुणवत्ता वाली दवाओं का निर्माण और वितरण सुनिश्चित किया है, जिससे लाखों लोगों को बेहतर स्वास्थ्य और जीवन का उपहार मिला है। समाज के प्रति उनकी सेवा केवल स्वास्थ्य सेवा तक सीमित नहीं है, इन्होंने शिक्षा, स्वच्छता और ग्रामीण विकास में भी महत्वपूर्ण योगदान दिया है, जिससे समाज के विभिन्न वर्गों को लाभ पहुंचा है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद जुनेजा जी, और मे वी रिक्वेस्ट यू टू गिव एन एक्सेप्टेंस स्पीच सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you so much, Rashiri ji. Thank you so much for calling me here. I'm really honored to receive this award. Thank you, Pradeep ji. And honestly, one of my beliefs basically is what that in our stories, in our childhood, we make some heroes. And sometimes we make heroes when we meet some people, and after meeting Justice Ramana ji, his simplicity, his humbleness, his openness, and the way Pradeep ji described him, really, catapulted his position in my mind as a true hero, honestly. And I'm genuinely, honestly honored to receive this award from you, sir. Thank you very, very much. Kind of you. And sitting on the table where heartthrob singer Usha Uttam ji is there is also an honor. Thank you so much, madam, for being on the same table. Thank you so much. Just in the afternoon time, we were talking about with Mr. Virk about, he was talking about, because I'm from the pharma side, how can we reduce the weight? And he said, my weight is more, I don't drink. I just love mangoes. I love sweet. I like eating. Because my maybe grandmother was fat. This is the reason for that. But, and then Justice Ramanaji said that our ancestors, this is a reason for our ancestors. And honestly, he was totally right. Centuries back, our ancestors were really emancipated. I mean, they were very, very thin. You look at your old ancestors, grandfather, you'll find them very thin. And when we get some kind of a prosperity, the first thing comes in our genes is the fat. And that's the reason for that. I was so right in that sense. So I'm talking about many centuries back, India was a global superpower in terms of GDP. I'm talking about in 16th century. So what I'm trying to tell here is we always have this kind of a muscles, this kind of a power that some kind of a thought process, some kind of genes are there to really become once again superpower in time to come. So this conclave on which I'm speaking, Bharat, branding Bharat from Swadesh Conclave, is amazingly good that it is being reminded to us that we have this kind of capabilities. I'm from the pharma side, so let me speak from the pharma side only. So when a Gora doctor, when a patient in America, Europe, in the rest of the world, in Africa, in Middle East, he takes a medicine. And that medicine says that made in India or made in Bharat. So that, and then he gets well, and then he repeats the next time for his cholesterol, for his diabetes, for his hypertension, the same kind of a medicine again. So that basically is amazing kind of a branding of brand Bharat. Somewhere, we always in pharma side have created some kind of a branding abroad. So I am from Mankind Pharma, so we basically make a lot of medicines, and 10% of the medicines we export to US, and some part goes to the rest of the world as well. India always has a history. that to really, reach to some kind of, amazing heights. And through pharma side, if we can do something, that we are doing actually. In pharma also, there are two sides of pharma. One basically is the formulations. When you eat any tablet, capsule, syrup, that's a formulation side. In formulation side, you'll be surprised to know that every fifth tablet or capsule or injection world में कोई भी लेता है, वो हिंदुस्तान का बना हुआ होता है. That is just amazing. That really should give us so much of pride. But one more lesson is there that approximately 70 years back, India was leader in API manufacturing as well. API means raw material by which we make formulations. For example, paracetamol or ampicillin or amoxicillin or telmisartan he was talking about. कुछ सालों पहले, मतलब 50-60 साल पहले, and because of certain reasons, maybe carelessness, maybe because of less conducive environment, we lost that race to China, and today China is basically major supplier of API. If tomorrow something happens wrong, if some kind of a problem is there and China stops supplying us API, we can come in a huge problem. The price of medicines can go up many fold. So right now, we are quite good, and in last couple of years, certain initiatives have been taken in API side as well, and let's hope in coming few years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, it's a long journey. Some kind of a progress happens on that side. But to make some kind of a progress, to make any industry superpower, two things are really required. One basically is technology, and the second is innovation. कोई भी country, कोई भी company, कोई भी देश बिना innovation के, बिना research के कभी भी आगे नहीं बढ़ सकता. और research के बारे में जब हम कोई बातें बोलते हैं तो people say respect comes from research, innovation, but it is just sermons. ये बोलने वाली बातें होती हैं. You need a lot of money power for that. You need a lot of patience for that. It's a kind of a journey without any kind of a destination. आपको नहीं पता, आप चल रहे हैं, आप पहुँचेंगे कि यहाँ पर नहीं पहुँचेंगे. And you'll be surprised to know, किसी भी एक drug को invent करने में, whether you're a Indian company or multinational company, sometimes it takes, average time is 5 to 10 years. 5 से 10 साल लगते हैं, और उसके बाद भी chances of success are very minimum. So here comes the bent of mind should be there. If we want to create brand Bharat somewhere on the horizon of world platform, then we are supposed to spend a lot of money for and patience for this innovation side. And Justice Amarna is from Hyderabad side, so he can really understand. He has some relatives over there. India has all the power as far as the pharmacy is concerned, as far as the skill set is concerned, as far as the scientists are concerned, to crack that. The only thing basically is required is what? Some kind of a determination, some kind of a money, and some kind of a patience to reach to that particular level. We in Mankind have 3 patents with us, and all 3 patents have come through acquisition. हमने कुछ भी ऐसा अपने आप नहीं बना पाए हम लोग अभी तक, बट जो हमने पेटेंट लिए हैं, जो हमने प्रोडक्ट परचेज किए हैं, जो हमने कंपनीज परचेज करी हैं, उनके थ्रू आए हैं. Our experience of working in R&D is only one, that we could crack one molecule. The name of the molecule is dydrogesterone. Threatened abortions होते हैं तो उसमें लिखा जाता है वो ladies को. उसके अंदर we cracked that patent, and it took us 9 years. 9 साल लगे, कई 100 करोड़ रुपए लगे, 1,000 करोड़ रुपए लगे होंगे, and then we could crack that. But once we cracked that, then we saw the kind of respect we never had in the past was given to us by every place, by market, by recognizing Mankind, by doctors, by as a whole the medical fraternity as a whole. चांस की बात है कि मैं यहाँ पर आया हूँ और हम बात कर रहे हैं ब्रांड भारत की. I'm traveling for the last couple of days. We have just acquired one company. उसका नाम है भारत सीरम. वो हमने अभी ही acquired करी है or we have paid a handsome price for that. But that company has offered us lot of invention, innovative products. और एक प्रोडक्ट के बारे में आपको बोलना चाहूँगा, बिकॉज दिस इज सोशल प्लेटफॉर्म एज वेल, कि हिंदुस्तान के अंदर 5 to 7% लेडीज़ होती हैं RS नेगेटिव ब्लड ग्रुप की, 5 to 7%. तो अगर आप बात करते हैं वाना बी मदर, जब आप मदर बनती हैं तो उनकी क्वांटिटी हो सकती है अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 80 लाख से 1 करोड़ 20 लाख के करीब एज के हिसाब से, जो उस उम्र में आती हैं. एंड दे हैव RS नेगेटिव ब्लड ग्रुप. और इन द 3rd trimester दैट इंजेक्शन लगना बहुत ज़रूरी है. और अगर आपका बच्चा RH पॉजिटिव होता है तो आपका लगना फिर दोबारा ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि आप नेक्स्ट बेबी पे नहीं लगवाएंगे तो वो ब्रेन डैमेज हो सकता है, प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है. दिस कंपनी हैज़ गॉट एक्सपर्टाइज इन दैट. Why we acquired this company? Because this company has an amazing platform, biological platform. They export to a number of countries. That's the reason. So when I'm talking about innovation, when I'm talking about R&D, it's not just talking. We're walking the talk. Mankind के अंदर हमारी philosophy हमेशा ये रहती है कि हम जो बातें करते हैं, बोलते हैं, वो हम करते ही हैं. And hope this platform inspire many of you. Why I was talking about the story that especially on these kind of platforms, these stories or these things are being amplified, and who knows, tomorrow some youngsters listening, sitting here would create another big joint, which would definitely, I mean, make us Indian proud. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Rajiv ji, and thank you very much for inspiring all of us. This brings us to the end of the first session, which was themed Roadmap to Brand Bharat. और दूसरा जो सेशन है जिसमें हम बात करेंगे Empowering India, Social Justice, Rural Development and Strategic Alliances और Leadership in Transformation of Bharat, उसके मैं गेस्ट को बुलाना चाहूँगा और मैं चाहूँगा कि राजश्री जी इस सेशन को आगे लेकर जाएं.
बस सेशन तर सेशन तो सभी कुछ प्लान है. बस एक ज़रूरी सूचना ये है कि वक्फ बिल पर संसद में चर्चा चल रही है और इस वजह से व्हिप जारी है और तमाम जो हमारे नेता हैं जो हम लोगों को अलग अलग चीज़ों में बांधे रखते हैं, इस वक्त खुद बंधे हुए महसूस कर रहे हैं और यहाँ आ नहीं पा रहे हैं. तो लगातार वो मैसेजेस चल रहे हैं कि मैं आ रहा हूँ, मैं आ रहा हूँ. तो ये कम से कम इसी बात की हमें खुशी होनी चाहिए कि कहीं तो ऐसी जगह है जहाँ वो आना चाह रहे हैं और हम मज़े में अपना कार्यक्रम आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं. तो बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आप सबों का इस फर्स्ट सेशन में जुड़े रहने के लिए और तमाम हमारे मेहमानों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया इस डायस पर आने के लिए. छोटा सा एक ब्रेक लेते हैं और अभी यहाँ व्यवस्था है कुछ खाने पीने की और फिर से एनर्जी से भरते हैं और फिर से ये सेशन शुरू करेंगे हम अपने नए तमाम गेस्ट के साथ. इसके लिए लेकिन आगे बढ़ने से पहले एक बात का ध्यान, इस बात का ध्यान रहे कि जैसा कि मैंने बताया कि ये कार्यक्रम केवल मेरा नहीं आप लोगों का है, तो जितने लोग संख्या में बाहर जा रहे हैं उतनी ही संख्या में वापस हॉल में रहेंगे.
और एक गुजारिश मैं करना चाहूँगा कि अभी खाने को फ्यूल की तरह ट्रीट करें. फ्यूल अगर ज़्यादा हो जाता है तो गाड़ी ओवरफ्लो हो सकती है, तो कृपया कम खाएं.